My name's Randy Williams, born and raised here in Fresno, California, graduate of USC, and I'm a three-time Olympian. I started my track and field career over at West Fresno now, but at the time it was Ivy Junior High School. My first coach was Joe Lee, and he talked to me and said that he thought I had a little potential and asked me if I would come out. And I ended up third in the state as a sophomore. And then the next year was my junior year. I ended up second in the state by a quarter of an inch to a young man by the name of Lynn Swan. And then the next year I won the state meet my senior year. And then from there I went on and I won the NC2As as a freshman.
Here he comes. Out into the pit, well beyond 26 feet. It looks like Randy Williams is going to be our winner, signifying that he had some problems with his roll. But I think the jump is going to go beyond 26 feet anyway, and he will be our champion with that jump.
I won the NC2A meet with a jump of 26.9. And then I made the Olympic team. And I was actually 18 years old. And the Olympic team actually went on over to Europe. I stayed back and competed in the first meet, the junior meet between the United States and Russia. And I won that meet, and that was my first 27-foot jump ever, was in that meet. And then I went on over, met the team, and I met up over there, and then I competed. I don't think any of you know, or anybody know that I had pulled a muscle prior to going in the stadium before the finals. And I'm on the ground stretching down there, and I remember I heard my leg pop. And I said, oh my God, what was that? And I jumped up and I started kind of doing some high knees, and my leg was tingling in my hamstring. And but that same time, the light turned green, meaning get up and line up for going to the stadium. And I said, I don't know what this is. I said, but I didn't train all this hard to come here and let something like this stop me. So I grabbed my bag and I jumped up, got in line, and we walked into the stadium, and it was maybe 80, 90,000 people there. And I remember walking in, and I just kind of the big roar of the crowd, and I just like, I seen all those people, and from that point on, it was game time. And what most people don't know, I only got one decent jump off. My first jump was 27 feet and a half inch, and after that, my legs started tightening up, and I started jumping maybe 25 feet, 25.7, but I never stopped. I was hurting my calf, my hamstring was sore, and I was coming down the runway, and I got lucky and won. Incidentally, it was the guy that got second to me, Hans Baumgartner from West Germany. I read later, some years later, that was his first defeat, which kind of made me realize how lucky I was to win. Not many people make an Olympic team, and definitely not many people win a gold medal. So, I mean, this was at a point in time I was at the top of my game, and again, like I said, it's pretty significant because I came straight out of high school and went straight to number one in the world the next year. And this is my second Olympic team, Montreal, Canada. This is like I was trying to go back and get that high again that I had when I was that I got off of the first Olympics. You want to go back and try to once you make an Olympic team, all I can say is that nothing else matters. And I made the Olympic team, and that's what this was. This is a congressional medal we got from for the third Olympic team that I made, 1980. It was going to be in Moscow. Well, it was in Moscow, Russia. I could tell you guys a story. I don't know if I should, but I had gone to one of those palm readers, one of those palm reader people, and she told me some things that I know she didn't know. So I said, I know what I'm going to do. I asked that lady, I said, am I going to make the Olympic team? And she said yes. And I did. I don't know if you know, but the president boycotted the 1980 Olympic team. So again, it was just a bit of a tragedy, but everything has a reason. This is again probably one of the things that I cherish almost not the most, but I cherish quite a bit because it's from I don't know. I can just tell you that all of us athletes that have come from Fresno, grew up here, we all strive to do the best we can for our hometown, for where we were born and raised at. And then to be honored at some point in time is really important. And this was from the Fresno Athletic Hall of Fame, and I got this in 1987. It's another one of my babies, shall we say. And I like giving back to kids. I love helping a kid improve. It's nothing more gratifying than to see a kid improve, because if you want to make a kid smile, you let a kid, that big word you hear all the time, PR, in a meet. They love it. And I can't promise that you'll be an Olympian, but I can promise you that you'll improve. And I just feel like as long as the good Lord uses me, I'm going to keep on doing what I do to help kids improve.